Okay, well, let's start. I'm just going to sort of introduce, and then you guys, if you'd like to make any comments, you certainly can. We are very excited today to make this announcement, announcing this Streamflow credit agreement between the North Platte NRD, the cities of Scottsbluff, and the City of Minatare. This has been a long time coming, as both of these gentlemen can attest, and previous folks that have worked on this can attest, and certainly the attorneys can attest. The North Platte NRD has a very serious responsibility when it comes to transfer applications, including municipal transfer applications, to ensure that any transfers of groundwater in our district do not have negative impacts on third-party diverters. This particular application, the City of Scottsbluff and the City of Minatare came to an accord where they would tie together their two water systems a few years ago, and it was determined by the use of our model that there could be some negative impacts on three irrigation districts in particular in the district. In fact, you can see that on this map you have the Winters Creek diversion and the Minatare diversion and the bear with me just a second, and the Central Canal diversion as well. Those impacts could have, in a worst case scenario, accounted for about 117 acre feet per year that would have needed to be mitigated. Before the NRD can sign off on a permit, we have to ensure that a mitigation plan is in place. As Jerry can attest, as the Minatare City Attorney can attest, in order to dry up enough land to mitigate for 117 acre feet, you're looking at roughly 100 or 117 acres. With current land values, that could have cost the City of Minatare in the neighborhood of about $500,000, and that was the crux. We didn't want to put that on the ratepayers of Minatare. Scottsbluff certainly didn't want to be in a position where they were having to figure out how to do mitigation on their own. And so we started to look at some of our management that we've done over the years here at the NRD, and we've got a very progressive management scheme here. We've had very progressive boards. They've done things over the course of the past 10 plus years to meet some of our obligations under the IMP, which build up credits. Those credits would include in this stretch of the river here. And the important thing about this project is that the City of Minatare's well fields, while the system was tied onto the City of Scottsbluff, the City of Minatare's well fields were shut off, which provided an accretion back to the river as well. So our interest was trying to provide mitigation in that stretch of river for those three irrigation diverters. We looked at our credits. We've determined that we can do that. And the good news is that our obligations to our IMP will still be met based on the accretions of the river, the accretions to the river by the former City of Minatare well fields. In doing all of that, we've saved the need for the City of Minatare to lease water off of a tremendous amount of acres to the tune of, we were looking at one landowner that was going to cost in the neighborhood of $400,000. We're going to essentially sell them credit. And we're going to sell them credit for a one-time fee of $200 per acre foot, or a total amount of $23,400 versus about $500,000 that we were initially talking about. This is a good news story because the collective three entities here, have come to a conclusion that is going to be good for ratepayers, it's going to be good for the third-party diverters, it meets our obligations under the statute, and it's going to allow this transfer agreement to move forward. We also think that this could potentially serve as a template for future issues. Not all of these transfers are going to be solved the same way. We have a number of municipal issues in our district. Keep in mind, these municipal issues were a result of EPA regulations on certain contaminants in drinking water, and we've got a lot of that up and down the valley. We've got potential issues with Baird and other communities to the east, and there's been some other activities with Terrytown and Gearing as well. So we think that this could provide a framework for us to at least have discussions as to whether this kind of agreement could work for those transfer applications as well. So I think it's a great news story. We appreciate the media coming, and I would turn it over to Randy or Jerry if they'd like to share anything as well.
I just appreciate the opportunity to be involved in this. You know, the council voted 5-0 to move this forward and sign the partnership agreement with the City of Minatare. During my tenure, my stance has been partnerships and what can you do to form those partnerships, provide a quality product, and make it sustainable. Sustainability, no matter what front you are, is very, very important because it works now, but will it work in the future? We believe that this is a sustainable plan. We're just happy to be part of that.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's over with. It's been a long time, and been a lot of, our attorney especially spent a lot of time on it, and you folks. I appreciate everything, and I'm glad it's over with. Thank you.
Thank you. You bet. Thank you, Jerry. Questions for any of us? Okay.